1776, the founders signed the Declaration that states we are a free and independent nation. In 1787, they signed the U.S. Constitution. In order to create a more perfect
We drafted a letter for Attorney General Rob McKenna, held a rally on Tuesday night to start gathering signatures of support, letting him know that we will stand with him in the ongoing American Revolution. So let me read the letter for you. If we, the people of the state of Washington, may heed the lessons of our past, we must resolve to constantly defend our constitutional liberty. Just as our founders pledged their lives, fortunes, and sacred honor, we must equally be determined. The blatant disregard we have seen to the people and the rule of law is akin to what our founders faced. Those that scribed the Federalist Papers believed to the full depths of their hearts the national government had no right to usurp neither the authority of the states nor the people. We ask that you rise to the call of the people of Washington State and file suit against the U.S. Congress for the act of introducing unconstitutional law and the President of the United States for usurping authority not granted his office. We, the people of the state of Washington, will stand and fight against this tyranny of the oligarchy of corruption that violates the U.S. Constitution, the state constitutions, and the will of the people. We declare our continuous commitment and support in the ongoing American Revolution.
Yes, it's a question to be decided. The question to be decided. Does this power exist? And that's what Rob is asking to clarify. I don't think it exists. You don't think it exists. In fact, I'll take it back. We know it doesn't exist because we can read the Constitution, and we're going to take it to the court. I have known Rob for a very long time. I have known him to believe in principle. I've known him to stand up at the right time. This was the right time, the right place, the right issue, and I am so thankful that our Attorney General stood up for you and for me and for the Constitution. Ladies and gentlemen, Attorney General Rob McKenna.
Rob McKenna, and I represent you. And I represent all the people of this state, whether they voted for me or not. Because my responsibility under the United States and the state's Constitution is to defend those constitutions and to defend the rights of the people under those constitutions. I want to thank Kirby for putting this together, Americans for Prosperity for putting this together. Just since Tuesday, you people are amazing. And I will be sure to convey your best regards to the 50 people who showed up outside my office door yesterday. The Constitution means something. The words in the Constitution matter. It isn't something you just look at selectively when it's to your convenience. It matters all the time. So what I want to point out to you is that the 10th Amendment is about states' rights, but this case is about the other part of the 10th Amendment that the other side in this debate doesn't want to hear about, because the Amendment 10 says that the powers not delegated to the United States by the Constitution nor prohibited by it to the states are reserved to the states respectively or to the people. Let me be the first to say that we are not bringing this case to defend the state's rights to impose an individual insurance mandate on us. We're bringing this case to defend your rights from having it imposed upon you. This isn't a states' rights case. This is an individual rights case. That's what this is about. The opposition is already throwing up as many arguments as they can. They've trotted out their legal scholars from Harvard and elsewhere. And that really makes me smile when they do that, right? Like the guy from Harvard Law School isn't going to say that they can do this? Come on. But this is the first time in American history that they are forcing us into the stream of commerce. And this idea that the Commerce Clause gives them the power, how does the Commerce Clause give the Congress the power to impose this mandate when it is directed at people who are refraining from commerce? It doesn't make any sense. Are they next going to tell us that we all have to buy GM because we all own GM now? There is no principal distinction between that kind of idea and the idea of the insurance mandate. None. They have not articulated a principal distinction between ordering us to enter commerce when we would like to stay out and ordering us from doing anything else they happen to come up with that they can find a majority in Congress for. The reason we have a Constitution is to protect us from the majorities in Congress. So it doesn't work under the Commerce Clause. It doesn't work under the Tax and Spending Clause. If they don't have the power, then we refer to Amendment 10, which says, hey, if we haven't given you the power, you don't have it. Right? It's the people, right? And we know how the federal government can obtain expanded powers. Unfortunately, we're painfully aware of it right now as we prepare our income taxes. The federal government didn't have the power to tax our income until the United States Constitution was amended by 2/3 of the Congress and 3/4 of the state legislatures, and then they had the power. If they want the power, bring the message out, bring the question out to the people, to the state legislators, and have the supermajorities. That's the way it works. One last point about the legal arguments here. You know, this isn't just about being forced to go into the stream of commerce and buy something. We're going to be forced to go out and buy what they tell us to buy. Right? That's what it's about. That's what they're going to order us to do. This will be the largest wealth transfer in our lifetimes from people who choose to stay out or only choose to buy, you know, a basic level of coverage, and that everyone else they're going to be subsidizing through this transfer. Young people in this country ought to be very, very concerned about this because it is largely targeted at the majority of people who don't have health insurance who happen to be under the age of 34. That's what they should be concerned about it. So these are real concerns and real issues. And those issues will be addressed through the legislative process. Because when the majority of Congress changes this fall, when the majority shifts, then the legislative process will be used to make changes to this massive program which they have launched. In the meantime, we will use all the resources at our disposal, whether they try to take them away from my office or not. We will do the right thing. We will vindicate your rights as individuals. I will uphold my responsibilities as the Attorney General to defend the constitutions of this country and this state, and we will win this case in the courts. Thank you.